I had many jobs, shoveling coal to washing dishes in my years in college. Worked in all times in, and taught when I was a teacher in working class communities, Renton, the old coal miners, and Orfino, Idaho, the old lumberjacks. And so I was used to the lore of working people, found it very fascinating, and continued my education at the University of Washington, where I worked with a lot of fine professors, considered it a golden age of my life, the learning experiences I had. I went to work on writing waterfront history at the request of a fellow named Bill Oliver, who was the head of the Washington Commission for the Humanities. I'd written before short articles and things of no moment. And then I finally got this chance to write the history of the Tacoma waterfront, called the Working Waterfront, with a great theory behind it. Most people think of longshoremen as boozers and carousers, and right out of Marlon Brando's On the Waterfront, 1951 movie that stereotyped longshoremen. And so we conceived the idea when writing the Tacoma book, giving it the title The Working Waterfront, and talking about longshoremen and not only their work but their families, and that it was not a casual profession that so many people thought it was. And anyway, the book The Working Waterfront took 2 years. It was eminently successful in many ways, bringing to the public the idea that longshore workers were human beings and went to work every day and came home and were not what the newspapers played them up to be. And so that book, The Working Waterfront, I think it was about 1981, I went to work almost immediately on the second book, The History of Seattle Waterfront Workers, and found the two unions to be very different, but interesting. And the work I did on both books, I interviewed from 40 to 50 to 60 different people to give the books human content, more than just the 8 strikes, for example, that they went through. Found oodles of controversies as it unfolded. I guess I've been working with the longshore world 30 years without even realizing it. Still interviewing, still working with particularly the pension clubs. I've had a very close, wonderful relationship with the Seattle and Tacoma longshore pension clubs. They've treated me exceedingly well, and I've encapsulated their history. And I think it's been a wonderful experience.